today Reed and I are going to tell you about what we love and what we hate about our van build. We have been living in our van for a little over a year now. We have loved our experience, but when we had started the build, we had zero building experience. By that, I mean that we had never even picked up power tools before we started. So it was an entire new process for us and super daunting. We spent 2 years prepping, planning, saving up, working, and getting prepared to buy our van. And then finally, in December of 2019, we bought Jubilee. All right, why don't you come on in so I can show you what we love and we hate about our van.
Welcome to our van.
Come on in, let's go.
First thing about our build, it's been very hard to find a custom bug net and screen to keep the mosquitoes and flies out. We put this one up, and after 9 months of using it, it has been torn up from the van door, so we're gonna actually take this down, and it just gets in the way a lot. The seam is right here on this side, so when you have it unrolled, you're walking through the middle of it, and it's very hard to get around. You're moving down and when you get in, so it's pretty much a hassle every time you get in and out of the van when the screen is up.
The second thing that we hate about our van is, I wouldn't say that I hate it, but Reed had made these custom cabinet doors, and it's amazing because that was his first time ever making cabinet doors. And if you look at the top, they definitely have some character. None of them are even, so they're all kind of tilted one way or the other. They do have a seam in some places. Our goal in our renovation is to sand them down and possibly repaint them. The third thing about our van that just doesn't make any sense is the countertop space. I am an avid cook. I love cooking so much, but the thing is that our countertop space doesn't give us a lot of room to work with and move around and kind of like, you know, use it to its fullest. I also am a messy cook, and so I kind of like laying everything out, putting things everywhere. So I do wish we had a little more countertop space. But what I do love is that Reed was able to give me extra countertop space by making this little platform here that we can open and close. Gives us a little extra space. Thanks, Reed.
Fourth thing about the van that just doesn't quite make sense is how high the bed is. I'm 6'2", so I can't sit up all the way, which makes it tough to read or do work in the van. I have to sleep at an angle a little bit, which is okay. If it was just me, I would really have plenty of space because this is a full queen size bed. But we have Bella and Rita and Denise in here as well, so it gets kind of tight. Since the bed is so high, it makes it tough to climb over your partner or pet whenever you are sleeping on the inside.
All right, so the fifth and final thing about our van that just doesn't make sense is the fact that we could have utilized space a little better. There are some things we did in a rush at the very end of our van build that we threw in without really thinking about how it was going to utilize our space. For example, when we first got on the road, we didn't even have this cabinet. Instead, we used a bin that we filled with all our food and miscellaneous items that we didn't know where else to put. We put this in later, and that meant that the van wasn't built with that in mind, which means that we have spaces like this gap right here, that just could be utilized for something else. And that's our fifth and final thing that we just kind of hate about our van.
Now let's move on to some things that we absolutely love about our van build. We'll start with the sink. It is very big and deep, and we get to load it up with lots of dishes. But it allows us to do dishes really nice and efficiently. With the sink, it also brings me to my next point about our water tank. Our water tank is 40 gallons. It allows us to have ample drinking water for Bella, Rita, and Denise and I. And it also allows us to do plenty of dishes and outdoor showers.
Well, hi there. The second thing that we absolutely love about our van and the build is the tiles we chose. My family lived in New Mexico for a time, and my mom and my dad are huge fans of bright colors. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I grew up with a house that had reds and yellows and blues and a lot of beautiful colors and amazing tiles and stained glass. So I've always loved that, and it's made me feel comfortable. We wanted the van to obviously feel homey. We decided to incorporate those tiles in order to give it something that really made us feel like we were back at my mom's house. I think we did a great job with that. And the third thing that we love about our van build is this bed! Our bed is so comfortable. I absolutely love it. It also is a queen size bed. We decided to go with a ProMaster almost solely because since Reed is 6'2", he was able to fit lengthwise, almost. And so it gave us an opportunity to stretch out a queen size bed widthwise instead of lengthwise, which would have taken up a whole bunch of space. Honestly, I tell Reed this all the time. When I lie down in bed, close our curtains, and get ready to go to sleep, I feel like we're home no matter where we are. I sleep so soundly, and Reed is a light sleeper, but he can agree that our bed is absolutely so comfortable, which also can be a negative because it's hard to get up in the morning. What can you do?
The trade-off for having such a high bed, all this storage. We knew that we wanted to bring a lot of stuff with us on the road, so we really prioritized storage. Having all this storage has been really great. We have all our water back here, our electrical components, our paddleboard, chairs, boogie board, our traction boards for when we get stuck, our seasonal clothes, and much, much more. We really do enjoy having all this storage.
Overall, we really love our van build.
Yes, we really do.
We've lived in this van for over a year, just the way it is.
It's been very comfortable and provided us with a safe place to hang our heads at night.
Yeah, this van has been our comfort zone, a place that's let us see so many amazing places, and has really given us a place, our first home together. Our van definitely has its quirks,
Yep.
but we definitely love it in here. We also feel like anyone who wants to build out their own van, really think about what you require in order to feel safe and comfortable, because that's one of the most important things.
Yeah, when we built the van, we made a very extensive priority list. We tried to achieve everything that was on the list, and so we're happy with how it turned out. I'm definitely very grateful that we have this van to travel around in. Next week's video, we're gonna have some touch-ups and we're gonna have some light renovations because we gotta get back on the road soon. So we have a checklist that we gotta knock out in 1 week's time to make this van even more special to us.
In that video, we'll share even more of the kind of quirks of the van that we wouldn't say we hate, but are things that we are going to adjust in order to feel good and get back out there feeling, you know, shiny and brand new. So
brand new, hey, brand new, hey.
We are looking forward to showing you those renovations. We are gonna get into it next week. Thank you for being here.
Yes, let's get after it.
So remember,
creating the life of your dreams isn't always easy,
but it's so worth it.
Goodbye.